Hey everyone, so this is the most spontaneous video I've ever made. I was just laying in bed going to sleep and it's past midnight now and I have to actually do work tomorrow morning, but I was laying in bed and I just kind of naturally started reading Joe Biden, and what showed up for me was this like network that he's part of, and how he's part of like this network of people, just like in the way that there's like there's like a business, and then like a business model, and then like another business will kind of like build around that, and then another business will kind of build around that, and it's like creates this structure, this like network, I guess I almost want to call it like society, or I don't know, it's like it's a lot of things, but it's I did get the sense that there's a lot of lobbyists influencing Joe Biden, and that he's kind of locked in place within this grid of like networks of people and influence, and it's all like really kind of got him in it, and he's almost like a spokesperson for it on some level. Um, well, maybe I take that back. He's not a spokesperson for this network, but he's like, there's so many influences that all interconnect and all like create this structure that really is like kind of pulling the strings of where Joe Biden stands. Like he's not really like his own original thoughts on some level. I'm not saying he doesn't have original thoughts. I'm just saying kind of where he's coming from, what he's pushing, it's all kind of controlled from this network with lobbyists and whatever it may be, just this big network. Now I want to also say this network that I'm seeing, um, it includes some of the Republican Party as well. But what I'm seeing here is that the Republican Party, like Donald Trump, has his own little network, but it's in comparison to this, which is more of on the left wing. I'm seeing Donald Trump's is like a little island, but it's still a network, and it's still the same thing going on. And then I'm seeing the Republicans, it's like less interconnected, and it's more like they have their own little islands, like these big little like big spots, all these little islands. But Joe Biden, or I should say, just the general left wing in general, it's more of a big network in comparison. Although this network does branch over a little bit into the Republican side, but it's not as much. And it looks like there's a big difference. Like Trump just had is completely separate from everything else. I mean, it's kind of obvious too. You can just kind of see his interests are not aligned with the collective, so to speak, necessarily. And, that's why it's so many. Well, I'm not going to get into politics, but that's part of the reason why, um, he's just so out of step with everything going on, I guess you could say. And then I wanted to say that this network that Joe Biden is part of, I'm seeing that it's not like bad or good. It's all of it. It has bad things. It has good things. It's just everything. It's kind of like business, like within a business or like within a social structure. There's all sorts of things going on within a society, in an economy. It's almost like an economy, sort of politics. But I do see the mob being involved. So organized crime is like built upon this. It's not like it's like the center hub that everything's revolving around, but it's like it's built into the network. It's like you kind of like lay down a foundation, and then you build upon that and build upon that, and it branches out, and different things branches far out all over the place. And the mob is somehow connected in on that, is what I'm saying. Doesn't mean that like the mob controls Joe Biden directly or anything like that, but it's all like, you know, energy kind of flows, and everything's kind of connected is what I'm trying to say here. But it doesn't mean that the mob is like controlling Joe Biden. That's not what I'm trying to say necessarily. I don't know, maybe on some energetic level, maybe there is some sort of connection there. Um, but what I'm trying to say here is, yeah, it's just like this energetic structure. Not all of like the left wing is involved in this, but what I'm saying is it's very sturdy, and it's kind of the reason why. Well, it's kind of like the more conservative side of the left wing, if that makes sense. More like moderate, which is a lot of what Joe Biden is. I think that's why he won, because people didn't want to vote for like someone who was extremist left wing. They wanted someone who was more moderate, um, to kind of go against Donald Trump. It seemed to make more sense, to some people, I would say. And so I think that's a big influence on Joe Biden, and how he's kind of like, you know, part of the system. I mean, it sounds kind of weird, but like, you know, he's like, he's part of the system in the sense that it's he's not necessarily going to do anything extreme. He's not going to really do that much change, and I think he is going to do change, but I think the change that he's going to do is the change that was already happening, if that makes any sense. He's not going to initiate anything that wasn't already in the works. So that's just my insight on Joe Biden that I just felt that I should share. And I think I'm going to go to bed now. So thanks for watching. I'll probably post this video in a day or two from when I recorded. So thanks for watching. Have a great day or night or whatever. Take it easy.